So yes, we are recording, and I'm I haven't uploaded in a little while. I need to upload one of these practices, another new practice. We had a good practice at the church. Some of you were there, either in person or online, and we had a pretty good practice last Friday. A couple folks commented on that one. It was a back release class, really, is what it turned out to be. So this is Tuesday, and it won't be too rough. So it already feels good to kind of settle down here and release into this chair and wiggle in a little bit to get that, feel that connection with the seat of the chair or on the mat, wherever you are. So let's see if it shows up in the screen. Let's get it out of there. So our yoga practice this morning, take a deep breath in. And then open the mouth and let it go. And take another deep breath in. And sigh it out. And as you're letting that exhale out, you're noticing that sensation in the back of the throat. That's Shalandara Bandha. Yeah. That's that Ujjayi breath. And now as you breathe, just notice those parts of the body in contact with the mats. And for the next hour, nowhere to go, nothing to do. In the moment. Finding sensation. Finding quiet. Releasing. And breathing. Good. Let the eyes open if the eyes were closed. And I've often said, or I've said, that when I first started practicing yoga, if I closed my eyes, I couldn't get any, I couldn't find any release because my mind was just going crazy. And then the more I practiced, the better I got at being able to focus. And I could close my eyes and actually, focus my mind on my breathing and on what I felt in the body. So wherever you are, on the mat, in a chair, wherever you happen to be at the moment, I'm going to start the practice this morning in chair and then move back to the mat in just a minute. But lift up tall. Find that posture that works for you, seated, and then draw the shoulders back. And I'm in the chair, I'm a little bit away from the back of the chair so that I can actually round and then expand and open and actually move without bumping into the back of the chair. So chair yoga is actually a really, really nice thing. So when those days you don't feel like you want to get down on the mat and you just want to do some gentle stretching, then sometimes a chair is a good thing. Just you need a straight back chair that won't slide away from you and won't move. So here we are. So let's bring the hands out to the side, the fingertips reaching, shoulders down, not lifted, but down, reaching out, arms as straight as you can get them. Good. Now, as you exhale, bring the hands and the arms together out in front. Bring the chin toward the chest. Reach the fingers forward. Good. And now, as you inhale, still reaching with the fingers spread, bring the hands back. Point the fingers behind you. Good. Gazing up. And as you exhale, now bring the hands together out in front. Inhaling, opening wide, taking up space, lifting the gaze. Exhaling, hands come together. And as you inhale, again, opening wide, pressing the heart forward, lifting the gaze. And now as you exhale, bring the hands down to the knees, down to the thighs. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. Yeah. So bring that left hand across to the outside of the right leg, and the right hand comes behind on the mat or someplace on the back of the chair, and lift up tall. Exhaling, that twist now to the right. Gazing back over the right shoulder, and inhaling, coming to center, and the left hand across, right hand across, left hand behind, twisting left. And coming back to center. And now I like to do that extended twist with my right arm reaching back. Big long exhale. Inhaling, coming to center. And then that extended twist to the left. Good. And inhaling, coming back to center. Again, take a deep breath in. And exhale. And bring the hands out to the side. If you're on the mat, the fingertips can touch the mat. Again, fingers spread wide, strong through the arms. Pressing down and out through the fingertips. And turn the palms to the ceiling. Inhale, and the hands rise up. Gaze lifts. Hands come together. Exhaling, reaching wide, bringing the arms down. Inhaling, the palms out, lifting. And exhaling, nice and strong through the arms. And one more time, palms lift. And exhale, reaching wide. Yeah. And again, take a deep breath in. And exhale. So gently move the head. Keep the face soft. Let the chin drop down toward the chest. And you can tilt the head from side to side. You can move the chin from side to side. Nothing major, just noticing those sensations in the neck. Gentle rotations if you choose, both directions. And bring that right arm out in front. My right is your right, even though I'm facing the screen. Reaching forward, lifting tall. Drawing that arm in so it's strong. And as you inhale, let the hand rise up. Palm points to the left. Let the gaze lift up toward the hand. And then turn the palm toward the front of the mat and reach up and back. And now bring that hand back up to the ceiling, turn the palm in, bring the left hand down to the mat or the front chair leg and arc over to the left, keeping the right shoulder back. And then let the gaze drift down toward the floor, toward that left hand. And then bring that hand back up to the ceiling, reaching, grounding down, and exhale, release the right, and gently move that right shoulder. And if you notice something going on in the right arm, that's a good thing. So now bring the left arm out in front, lifting tall. And as you inhale, take the left hand to the ceiling. Turn the palm to the front and reach up and back without straining the neck. Bringing that left hand back to the ceiling. And the right hand comes out to the chair leg or the mat, arcing over to the right. Let the gaze come down toward the floor. And then bring that left hand back to the ceiling, reaching high. And exhale and bring the left hand down. Ah, good. All right. Again, gently moving the head. And so let's do some shoulder rolls here. Inhale and bring the shoulders up toward the ears. And then take the shoulders forward and down. And then draw the shoulders back and lift them back up as you inhale. Exhaling, the chin drops, but the shoulders come forward and down. Inhaling, the chin lifts. Exhaling, forward and down. Inhaling, back and up. And then go the other way. Take the shoulders down. Chin drops. And bring the shoulders forward and up. Gaze lifts. Exhaling, shoulders drop. Inhaling toward the ears. One more big circle. Exhaling. And inhaling. Now with shoulders at the back, just keep that heart toward the front of the mat. Face and neck stay soft and relaxed. Again, heart forward, shoulders back and down. And release. Good, all right. So bring the arms wide, and now bring this left arm across. And bring the right hand under to the shoulder. Gently drawing that arm toward the chest. Inhaling, opening the arms wide. And now bring the right arm across and the left hand under. And inhale and bring the arms wide. Good. All right. So let's turn the palms down toward the floor and point the fingers up toward the ceiling. Strong here through the arms. Draw the pinky fingers back toward the face. Press the pad of the thumb out to the side. Breathe. Always breathing. And turn the palms down toward the floor. Bring the fingers and thumbs together or into fists, and then turn those hands down toward the floor. One more deep breath. And now opening the arms or the hands wide. One more deep breath here, reaching and exhale. And the hands come down. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. So all kinds of good things going on here in the shoulders and in the arms. So I'm going to move back to the mat. Bring out the right leg. So we start strong through the leg, pressing forward through the heel of the foot. Toes point back toward your face. Draw that pinky toe back toward your face. Press through the ball of the foot and the heel. And then circle the toes. And go the other way. And point the toes and flex. And point and flex. And point and flex. Spread those toes. Get a lot of daylight or some daylight. Good. Turn the toes out to the right. And then back to the ceiling, in to the left. And back to the ceiling. Good. Press through the outside edge of the foot. And then draw that foot in, bring it in. Cradle the knee with the right arm. And put that foot high or low, wherever feels okay today. And remember that every day is different. One more breath here. And with your strap or with your right hand, extend that foot, that leg. Get tall. Take that foot out to the right. And bring it back to center. Cross it over to the left with the left hand. With the left hand, and extend the right arm behind. And then bring that foot back to center. With both hands behind the calf of the leg, just lift that leg a little higher. Keeping it lifted as high as you can, strong through the leg. And exhaling, go ahead and bring that right foot down, right leg down. Bring out the left leg. And strong again. Pressing through the ball and the heel. And circle the toes. In both directions. And then point the toes and flex, and point and flex, and point and flex. And then turn the toes to the left, rotating, outer rotating the leg. And then to the ceiling, and then inner rotate, toes to the right. And back to the ceiling, outside edge of the foot. And then bring the left foot in. Protecting that knee with the left foot flexed. And now extend the leg. And take that foot out to the left. Opening. And bring it to center and cross it over to the right. And coming back to center, lifting. The shoulders release down. Long, deep breaths. And now release strong through the leg. One more breath. And then bring the left leg down. Good. Take a deep breath in, lift up tall. And exhale. Inhaling here, and now as you exhale, take the heart forward toward the top of the mat. And if you choose, you can round down, dropping the head down toward the mat. Inhaling, lifting back up. Shoulders come back, gaze lifts. Jut the jaw, push the jaw up toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, let the gaze come down toward the mat, rounding back. Releasing, long, slow, deep inhale. Shoulders come back, gaze lifts. Exhaling, round. And one more time, coming up tall. Shoulders back and down, gaze lifts, jutting the jaw. And exhaling back to that upright seat. Good, turn the heart toward the right leg. And then fold gently over the right leg. If you're in cross-legged, not too much here, just enough that you get that sensation in the hips. And as you inhale, come up, bringing everything to center and then over to the left, folding over the left leg. And inhaling, come up. All right. Bring the hands out in front, interlace the fingers, the palms toward the front of the mat. This is not one of my most favorite things to do because my wrists are a little bit tight. And now draw the shoulders back and let the hands rise up. Lifting, turning the gaze to the front and drawing the arms back, pressing to the ceiling. And as you exhale, chin to chest, pressing forward. Inhaling, shoulders back, hands lift, gaze lifts. Turn the gaze to the front, draw the arms back, and exhaling. And one more, shoulders back. Lifting those hands strong toward the ceiling. Arms come back. Exhaling, rounding back. And turn the palms towards you. And wiggle or ragdoll the hands. Wiggle the fingers. Roll the wrists. Good. Bring the hands behind, fingertips point to the top of the mat. And then just ease back, let the head fall back. Pressing into the mat with the hands, the heart moves toward the ceiling. And if you choose, lift the hips. And then bring those hips down, coming back up to that upright seat. Good. All right. We'll do some circles and then we'll come to table. So bring the heart forward and then take it out to the right. Exhale back, chin to chest. Come to the left and come forward, gazing ahead. And as you go to the right and back, the chin drops. Inhaling and opening the heart. Exhaling, rounding back. And now go the other way, to the right, coming forward. Gaze lifts, shoulders draw back. Exhaling, rounding back. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. One more, coming forward. And exhale back. And now coming back up to the upright seat, shoulders come back and down. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Good, all right. Come over to the table. Find that table, works for you, with that middle finger pointing to the front of the mat. Thumbs open wide. And the toes can be curled under or not, whatever is most comfortable for you. And we'll do our moving cat-cow. So inhaling, let the gaze move straight ahead. And as you exhale round, take those hips back, knees open a little bit. Bring the elbows down, coming forward on the forearms, and then press with the hands to come back up, gaze ahead, exhaling round. And the hips come back. Bringing the elbows down between the hands and the knees, inhaling up, exhaling round. Two more. Inhaling forward and up. Exhaling and back. Last one. Inhaling, coming up. And exhaling round. Hips come back. Being nice to the knees here. Bring the arms in, cross the arms, rest your head on the arms. And just breathe. And walk those hands up toward the top of the mat. Reach up there as far as they'll go. Fingers spread, shoulder width with the hands. Hips back toward the heels. And then let the head release down toward the mat. So as you breathe, that head moves a little bit closer down to the mat. Keep the elbows lifted. Now inhaling, lift the head and come forward into knee plank. Bring the shoulder blades onto the back, elbows toward the center. Hips drop a little bit toward the mat, but it's not upward dog. Long from the top of the head to the knees. Exhaling, take those hips back toward the heels. Inhaling, coming forward. Remember, no pain in yoga. Sensation. Feeling strong here through the arms. Exhaling back. One more, inhaling up. And this time, let the hips drop on down. Lift the gaze straight ahead into your knee upward dog. And as you exhale, take those hips back. I really like dolphin. Some people don't, I guess. But bring those elbows down behind the wrists, in line with the wrists. Interlace the fingers, and then walk the knees back. So the knees come back. And now come forward and bring the hips down to the mat. The chin is just touching the fingers. Chin is up, or the hips are on the mat. Elbows are in close to the body. You can feel your belly and hips on the mat. And now press with the knees and lift the hips and take the hips back toward the back of the mat. Bring the head down, the forehead down to the mat. And now as you inhale, coming forward. This time you don't bring the hips all the way down to the mat. Just let the chin come down to the fingers. And exhaling, take the hips back toward the heels. Let the head release toward the mat. Inhaling, we'll do two more, coming forward. Exhaling, pressing with the forearms, coming back. And one more, coming forward. And exhaling back. So sure, you can do this with straight legs. You just press through those heels, curl the toes under, press through the heels, and lift the hips. Now you probably won't be able to get your head down to the mat, but as you inhale, you can come forward. And now you press, hips come up toward the ceiling, knees are bent. And I'm going to do one more of those, coming forward. And exhaling back. And bring the knees back down. So that's just an option. It's a little tougher on your toes, obviously, than it is on your knees. So with a block between your ankles or just resting your hips back toward the heels, come into hero and take a deep breath in and exhale. Good, all right. So we'll do toe torture for a couple of breaths. Coming forward, curl the toes under, and then resting the hips back toward the back of the mat, wherever they'll go for you. And take the arms wide. And now bring the right arm under the left. Come into eagle arms, or you can do that wrapping yourself around there with hands to the shoulders. Do both if you choose. And bring the arms wide. And now left arm under right. Hands can come to the shoulders or up to eagle arms. And opening the arms wide. And you said, I've had enough of this. So bring the hands down to the mat and just tap out your toes, your feet. So we'll move into awkward pose. Extend that right leg back, toes down on the mat. Get long, top of the head down to the right heel. And pressing back through that right. Take that foot hip height, extending the left arm, reach forward, pressing back. A lot of things you can do from here. You can bring the elbow and the knee together. You can bend that back knee, that lifted knee, reaching back to the foot. So I'm figuring out what works for you, what you'd like to do. Extending. And then bring the left hand down and take that foot out to the right, slide it forward. Toes point in, foot is flat. With a bend in that right knee, gently take the hips toward the back of the mat. One more breath. And coming forward, bring that foot back. Keep it lifted and strong. And then bring the right knee down, take a breath. Move and table. And extend the left leg, toes down. Feel that left leg is active as you press back. And then lift that foot hip height, extending your right arm, awkward pose. And again, either elbow to knee and out, or bending that knee and reaching back. Lifting that foot to the ceiling. Extending into upward pose. And bring the right hand down and take that left foot forward. Flatten it. And then gently take the hips back. Coming forward, back into that extended, left leg extended. Exhaling the left knee down. Take a breath, and if you choose, come back to your resting pose. Up into table. Knees under the hips and wrists under the shoulders. Good, curl the toes and just let those hips lift straight up into downward facing dog. And one heel toward the mat and the other. Pressing with the hands to move the heart toward the knees. And come high up on the toes and take both heels down toward the mat. High up on the toes and the heels toward the mat. Good. Step those feet toward the front of the mat. Come to half lift. Grip the mat with the toes. Now exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Again, working the heels. Let the head just hang. And you can shake the head yes and no. Now bend the knees, get long through the spine, take the arms wide, and press coming up. I was going to round up, but then I told you to straighten the spine. Hands up. Exhaling, coming into your mountain pose. Let's take a breath in mountain. So strong down through the feet. That sensation of pressing down, feel the weight of the body pressing down through the feet. Weight is in the center of the feet. Feel the toes on the mat. Feel the balls of the feet, the outside edges of both feet, the heels of both feet. Hips are rolled under just slightly. Legs are strong. Shoulders are back and down. Heart is lifted. Chin in just a little bit. Arms are strong, and you can even turn the palms toward the front of the mat if you choose. Just a couple of breaths here in mountain pose. One more, exhaling. Good, inhale, let the hands come up. Lifting the gaze. And then exhale, the right hand down, arcing to your right. Inhale, bring the right hand up. And exhale, the left hand down, arcing left. gazing up to the right. Inhaling the left hand up. Exhaling, arms wide, palms turn up in that twist to the right. Inhaling up. And exhaling, twisting left. Inhaling up. And bring the hands to the heart. Just as long as you hinge, bend those knees, the hands come down, forward, forward. Belly on the thighs, head releases toward the toes. Press to lift the hips. And bend those knees, get long, reach the hands forward, and press, coming up. Exhaling, the hands back on the ceiling. Bring the gaze straight ahead. Exhale back to your mountain pose. And now just ragdoll and step it out. That's work. Just being in mountain pose, holding mountain pose for 3 or 4 breaths, and then moving to the spinal flow. Everything is strong and tight for that length of time is work. Let's work through sun salutation A. Again, building our mountain from the feet up, getting strong. Inhale, the hands lift. Exhale, hands come wide, hinge, and into forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Press that belly down. Exhale, hands to the mat, legs to the back. Into plank, knees can come down. Inhale, strong through the arms as you exhale and lower. Inhale into your cobra. Light pressure in the hands. Couple of breaths. And then press back up, knees or toes, back to downward dog. So this is the 4th deep breath of number 5, 5 breaths. Good. Step those feet to the top of the mat. Come to half lift. Exhale down, forward fold. And now press the belly down, get long, bend the knees, press to come up. Big, long, deep inhale. And exhale, mountain pose. Good. Again, ragdoll. Or the flop. Let's come to, I'll tell you what, step back with the right leg, right foot. With the hips squared to the front of the mat. We're going to do head to knee. So bring the hands behind, interlace the fingers. And then press the heels of those hands together. The hands, fingers pressing down toward the floor. Heart is open, shoulders back, exhale and fold. Of course, there's always a little bend in that front knee. Let the head release and lift the hands to the ceiling. Drawing that left hip back and breathe. Now lengthen the spine, keeping the shoulders back. Inhale and come up. And then press the hips forward as the hands reach toward the fingers toward the mat. Taking that right hip toward the front of the mat. Gaze lifts, breathe. And inhale, come up. Release the fingers and just step to the front of the mat. Good, all right. Move. And now step the left foot back. Check that right outside edge of that right foot is parallel to the mat, the edge of the mat. Those left toes are turned out. Hips square to the front of the mat. And bring the hands behind. Interlace the fingers. Pressing toward the mat and fold. Let the head release toward the toes. Hands lift. And get long. And inhale and come up. Draw the shoulders back. Press the hands down toward the floor. Take the left hip toward the front of the mat. Gaze lifts. Yes. Feel that opening all the way through the left hip up to the throat. And coming up. Release the hands and just step to the front of the mat. Good, all right. Let's bring the weight to the left foot. I know we're getting close to time here. Take the arms wide and just hinge to your airplane. Standing airplane. Inhaling up. And the hands down. Take a breath. And bring the weight to the right foot. Find your spot on the floor. Take the arms wide and hinge to your airplane. Inhale up and exhale the hands down. Good. Moving down to the mat. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, fold. Come to half lift. And step back to plank. Inhale, exhale, and lower. Good. Coming into locust, bring the hands down by your side. And as you inhale, lift the legs and the feet, lift the hands and the arms, the head and the upper chest. Point the feet, flex the toes, and breathe. One more deep breath. And exhale down, bring the right side of the face to the mat. Turn the palms up, heels out. Release the shoulders. And the left side of the face. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Lift up into table. Bring the feet around to the front. Good. And Navasana for a couple of breaths. Balancing, extending if you choose. And you can lower to canoe if you want to. And then come back to Navasana. And lower. And back to Navasana. And lower. Canoe. And Navasana. Exhaling, come all the way down, lying down on your back. Slowly, 3, 2, 1, and down. Bring both feet into the chest, or knees into the chest. You can't bring the feet into the chest. Bring the knees into the chest. Gently rock. Extend both feet straight up to the ceiling for a couple of breaths. Now strong through the legs, pressing the heels up. Bending the knees, bring the feet down. Extend the left leg or leave the left foot on the floor, either way. Bring the right knee into the chest. Put that knee in. And you can take the knee wide if you choose, or up toward the right shoulder. Just move it the way it feels good. And bring the right foot down, bring the left knee into the chest. Take that knee wherever you want to. And bring the right knee in beside the left. And again, gently rock. Opening the knees wide if you choose. Moving the knees forward and back. Still those nice, long, deep breaths. Good. Bring the feet down, mat width or hip width, arms wide. Let the knees fall off to the right. Turn your gaze to the left. Knees to the ceiling, knees to the left, gaze right. Knees to the ceiling, legs long. Inhale, one big full body stretch. And exhale into your Savasana. Softening into the mat. Yeah, let the breath deepen and move the fingers and the toes, roll the wrists and the knees and elbows. Yes, and then when you're ready, you can come over to one side, coming up. So that was Tuesday. So namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Have a great Christmas. If you're not already there, then it's probably time to get there with the Christmas thing. So